In some cases, it's a list for life. The sex offender registry forces convicted criminals to stay in the spotlight.
But a local law firm says it welcomes the controversy by challenging assumptions and expectations to help some offenders get off that list.
Como 4 problem solver John Humbert talked to an offender doing that and is here right now with more. John?
Well, innocence can never be given back, guys, for victims and for criminals. But are second chances available for everyone?
Those two words, sex offender, are just, they make me sick to my stomach.
He doesn't want you to forgive him or forget what he did. He just wants you to shift your perception of his crime.
I did something wrong and I manned up to it. I admitted it in court. I took my punishment.
It was nearly 2 decades ago when he was 18, half a lifetime ago.
Drunk beyond anything I've ever been, almost to the point of falling down.
He was drunk and out of control with a female friend.
Kind of in and out of consciousness, not really able to function, and I took advantage of her.
She couldn't give consent. It was a sex crime.
I agreed. I pled guilty. I did something very wrong.
And in the time since, he's been a registered sex offender, done right by the law and paid his dues. But he wants a change. He wants to get off the sex offender registry.
Having to be subject to this public embarrassment and scrutiny for the rest of my life, that seems a little harsh.
Which is where this ad comes in, placed on the back of alternative newspapers. It's from attorney Brad Merrihew.
Sex offender registration got you down, give us a call, we might be able to help.
Under Washington state law, certain lower-level offenders have the option to petition a judge for removal from the registry. The worst criminals aren't eligible. Even if a judge agrees that the offender is reformed, it doesn't expunge the conviction from the record. It just takes the offender off the list and some tracking websites.
We are one of the toughest states in regards to registration and community notification.
Keisha Rungan is with the State Sentence Review Board. She says the original 1990s-era sex offender laws haven't caught up to actual research.
Treatment does work. Recidivism rates for juvenile sex offenders is fairly low.
In a way, the registry could become a form of punishment. That's fine by Deborah Kay, especially after she saw that ad.
It seemed so glib. Sexual predator registration got you down? I hope so.
She's counseled sexual abuse victims for years and says even though the law allows some offenders to leave the list, some punishments shouldn't be swept away.
The power over another person, it's always been about power. And so that wiring is often hard to unwire, if you will.
She didn't like the tone of Merrihew's ad.
I was shocked. I was appalled.
But she sees the conflict so many face in the legal system. The crimes are so horrible, so heinous. Can there be redemption and recovery decades after something like that?
Can people be turned around? I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are many. I'm conflicted.
Merrihew knows it's a controversial business. Some people have called and yelled at his office, but he shares his clients' stories to change minds.
What we're speaking to are those people who can't find work, can't find housing, can't get a relationship going, have trouble with their families.
Kay isn't entirely sold. She feels some crimes don't deserve compromise.
Sexual predators hunt, and we need to know who the hunters are.
This man says he isn't that hunter, and he wants his chance to prove it to everyone.
I've had to own this because I did it. I mean, there's no way around it.
Now, the state does not track the number of offenders who successfully leave the registry. In some cases, offenders simply have to apply to the local sheriff once a 5, 10, or 15-year time period has passed. The highest level offenders must register for life. John Humbert, Como 4 Problem Solvers.